Get in the know. Nonstop Vikings talk. It's Purple Daily on Score North and ScoreNorth.com. Purple Daily, presented by Surly Brewing Company.
And welcome in Purple Daily. This Saturday, it's actually Purple Picks presented by our friends at Quick Trip. We appreciate their support. And if you can't tell by now, Phil has been out all week. He's going to be back for Vent Line tomorrow, though, post-game Vikings and Packers. So it's Judd and Declan with the Purple Picks. This episode also brought to you by Declan, our friends at 3Jack. Why don't you tell us all about those fine folks?
Yeah, 3Jack's located in the North Loop in Minneapolis. Great spot. You get some golf swings in, okay? Now that the weather has turned and you can't get out there on the course, you can at least get your swings in there and don't have to have your golf clubs sit inside your closet or your garage all winter long. Great food options, too. The loaded nachos, the fried chicken sandwich, open-faced steak sandwich, great salad options as well. And when you mention Purple Daily, they'll give you a free pint with any menu purchase item. So a great little combination for you there. You can go to 3jack.com to learn more about their events and happenings, their simulator leagues even that are starting as well. Go to 3jack and 3jack.com to learn more.
All right, sir, you have the ordinary list of things that Phil goes through as we, in this case, set up Vikings and Packers. We'll end with us providing our predictions, which Declan's been pretty good. I think I was okay and then went off the rails because I can't tell what this team is going to do week to week. And Phil, I think, has been pretty consistently horse bleep. So anyway, let's start with, I believe it's always what are you most confident or concerned about in this game, correct?
Yeah, Vikings-Packers this weekend at US Bank Stadium. Both these teams 7-8. We'll get into some betting trends later on, some other things that have been happening on the money line and whatnot. But yeah, starting off that first natural question there that you just teed off, Judd, what are you most confident in going into this game against the Green Bay Packers?
I'm most confident in the fact that the Vikings, if they do this right, should have every opportunity to move the ball against a defense for the Packers that is being coordinated by the much maligned Joe Barry, who I think is going to be fired. He might be fired as soon as the Packers Week 18 game ends. This guy has been a disaster. The fact that the Packers are 7-8 and have the same record as the Vikings, I don't get. Obviously, the Vikings, in the game that Cousins got hurt in late October at Lambeau, the Vikings handled business against Green Bay and won there. But I am confident that if the Vikings do this right and don't try to get too cute, that Jaren Hall making his second start and, knock on wood, hopefully his first start in which he completes the game, that the fifth-round rookie and the offense should be able to move the ball against a Green Bay defense that desperately tried to allow the Carolina Panthers to beat them last week. With a comfortable lead, Joe Barry, and I don't know how he hasn't been fired, but then again, Declan, a year ago, I said the same thing when O'Connell wouldn't pull the plug on Ed Donatel. Which I guess these coaches just don't want to deal with a coordinator change, especially when it's on the side of the ball that they're not closest to. So that's what I'm most confident in. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, Packers defense has been a mess under Joe Barry. Baker Mayfield tore them up in Lambeau Field a couple weeks ago. But I'm also most confident in the Vikings defense also making life hell for Jordan Love. They did a pretty good job of that earlier this season. Love has been playing a little bit better than he has. What, Vinny?
Hey, Vinster. What's up, Vinster? Get on camera, buddy.
He's got a brand new collar on, too. He's got a thick collar. So he's
Stella loves to shake her collar. I'm not sure about the Vinster, but Stella loves to just shake that head, and that collar goes crazy.
So that's what I want to see. I want to see Danielle Hunter also shake up Jordan Love a little bit. I could see that happening as well. So I am most confident in the Vikings getting after Jordan Love and the Green Bay offense. That's also very banged up, too. There's a ton of injuries on both sides of these teams. But
everyone
confident in the Vikings defense getting after Jordan Love. What concerns you the most going into this game, Judd?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you about that in a second. But what concerns Stella and the Vinster the most is that their Nutrisource pet food isn't there when they want it. Look at the Vinster right there. He hears me. He can hear Nutrisource. And he's like, what's going on, Dad? When are you going to get me that? And I'm going to tell you right now, it's the holiday season. And do you know when Stella just absolutely, that dog right there, she just lights up. She lights up when Pop gets home with not a can, but a whole tray full of Nutrisource that he picked up because she knows that the good stuff is coming. right? The good stuff. I'm going to guess that the Vinster not only loves the Nutrisource pet foods, Declan Goff, but also loves those treats. Is that an accurate statement?
That is, yeah. Whether it's at Chuck and Don's, your local pet stores, you can find your Nutrisource just about anywhere. So go check out Nutrisource, Nutrisource.com to learn more. All right, Jelly, what concerns you the most going into this game?
What concerns me the most about this game is that Kevin O'Connell does not adjust, does not take advantage of what Joe Barry and the Packers are willing to give him, and that he insists on beating his head against the wall and being stubborn and asking Jaron Hall to do things that Jaron Hall probably shouldn't be asked to do at this point in his career. So again, I'm most confident in if the Vikings do this right, they can move the football, they can score points. I am a little bit concerned though, because of the fact that with Josh Dobbs, aside from the Falcons game, which was fantastic, but was just sort of by the seat of everyone's pants, and then the first half of the Saints game, and then the struggle started, and the last two games in watching Nick Mullins throw 6 picks, and Kevin O'Connell asking both of those guys to probably do more than they're capable of doing, I am concerned that he's going to do the same thing with Jaron Hall. I don't think this is a situation, Declan, offensively, to put the pedal to the metal. I just don't know if Kevin O'Connell knows any other way to drive. It's sort of a fast and furious situation here. He's driving too quick, dude. You got to slow down sometimes. Jaron Hall needs your help as far as the play caller goes.
I would say what concerns me the most is, just Jaron Hall being inexperienced here and injuries to Hawkinson. We'll see the status of Jordan Addison as well, but I would say just not having enough on your offense here to compete. I know Brian O'Neill, I believe, was a full participant, so he could be back, should be back against the Packers game, which is a big addition to that offensive line. But I think just having a rookie quarterback in, even with Joe Barry's defense being atrocious,
you are banged up,
and Jair Alexander being inactive or suspended for the game. Actually, I'm disappointed in that. I want to see Jair and Justin Jefferson go at it again. I would have preferred that. I would have loved to see Jair and JJ go at it once again. They've had a couple good battles here and there, so I'm actually a little disappointed in that, shockingly. I kind of want to see him on the field. But I would say, what concerns me the most is the Vikings just probably don't have enough ammunition to beat the Packers. And the Vikings, woes at home. The Vikings have been bad at home.
Oh, God,
they have not been a good team in front of their home fans for the last, basically 12 months. If you go back to the Giants wild card,
if they lose, dude, 2-6 at home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I looked this up. I don't think since moving into the Metrodome in '82, even the teams that went 3-13 won, I believe, 3 home games. I think they lost all of their road games. But I want to say that a Vikings team has never won 2 or fewer games. So this has been an absolute debacle, which is, I don't know what's gone wrong there. It's sort of weird. They talk about how loud the stadium is, right? How it gives and has seemingly since the Vikings moved in 2016, given them a substantial home field advantage. And we've seen it before. We've seen quarterbacks melt down, opposing QBs melt down. So it is weird.
All right, we'll get into some. Let's get into some betting trends here of things that are saying on Action Network. So there's actually different kind of spreads. A lot of people have the Vikings just as it's almost basically a pick'em game to this point. Some outlets are saying pick'em. Some have Vikings as 1-point favorites. Some as 1.5-point favorites. So they've taken the aggregate. Action Network, that is. The Vikings are 1-point favorites going into this game. It opened as 3-point favorites to the Vikings, but rookie quarterback having to start. That line has shifted a little bit. Taking a look at some trends going into the game. Let's see here. The 73% of the bets are on the Packers. So 73% of the total bets, money line, spread, they're taking the Packers as the pick 'em because
with the quarterback.
Of the quarterback with slight advantage there. Only 27% of the money is on the Vikings. Some trends. The totals have gone over in just one of the last 5 Vikings games. So at 43.5, only one over for Vikings in the last 5 games. And for the Packers, a couple other interesting trends here as well. The Packers are 3-5 in their road games against the spread this season. The total has gone over in 3 of the last 5 Packer games. So interesting conflicting trends a little bit here going into this Purple Picks episode of Purple Daily. Before we get to our selections here, I have Phil Mackey's selection too. He sent his selection to me over a text message, so we do have that. But I'll tell you what, Judd, there is no trend with Finch Home Solutions. There's no negative trend there. They only have positive trends at Finch Home Solutions.
That's because Finch is going to take care of any electrical issues that you might have in your home. I've been talking about this for a long time, but folks, Cody Finch and his team at Finch Home Solutions do a fantastic job. The project can be big, the project can be small. Guess what? They don't care. They just want to make sure that the project gets done right. There is nothing more important, of course, than the safety of your family and your home. And that is why electrical issues are not a DIY. They are something that you need the experts for. And Cody and his team love two things. They love the Vikings, and they love making sure that your home is safe. And look, I mean, this could be if you're redoing your entire kitchen. Guess what? Finch Home Solutions takes care of the electrical issues. If you're putting in a hot tub, a lot of people, Declan loves hot tubs. He's been thinking about a hot tub. Guess who he's going to call if he puts in a hot tub? Finch Home Solutions, because there are a lot of electrical issues there. Give him a call, 612-357-2604, 612-357-2604, or if you're saying Sports Dad, hold on a second, they got to have a website. It's almost 2024. Well, of course they do. FinchHomesolutions.com, redesigned, easy to navigate, basically answers all of your questions and allows you also to set up an appointment. FinchHomesolutions.com, and make sure to tell Cody and his folks that it was Purple Daily who told you to give them a call or contact them via the good old internet.
You can also get this great little popcorn bucket here, okay? So our friends at Popcorn in Minnetonka, look at this nice little Vikings bucket.
Minnetonka, home of Sports Dad.
Great.
It's where Sports Dad grew up.
Great different flavors of popcorn here. You can get Vikings ones, you get Timberwolves tins. Go to popcorn.com. Yeah, you can stop in as well. Go check out our friends at Popcorn. All right, Judd. Vikings 1-point favorites, so basically a pick 'em here. What is your prediction? Vikings-Packers Sunday Night Football at US Bank Stadium.
I have no idea. But I'm gonna go with Vikings win and cover. I might as well at this point in time. You know, Detroit was such a debacle, so disappointing. Not because they lost, but because of how it played out and how eminently winnable that game was. If a few things had gone differently, if a few decisions had been different, but in this case, you know, the Packers. It's not like the Packers come in as the Packers, right? Right, Vinster?
Yep.
Right? He's like, no. Uncle Pop. That's exactly what he's shaking his head. You can hear that leash. So Vikings win and they cover.
This one's tough because I loathe picking the Packers to beat the Vikings, especially at home. But I think the Packers are just a better team at this point. So I don't
know. Defensively, I think they're worse. So
I have the Vikings winning, I have the Packers winning 23-20. So I have the Packers winning. I have them covering. So Packers also beat the Vikings. Phil's prediction on this episode of Purple Picks sent me a text: Packers 24, Vikings 16.
Okay.
So we're all picking the Packers here, picking them to win.
I'm picking the Vikings.
You are picking the Vikings.
I'm picking the Vikings. Yeah. I don't have any idea, but I mean, I hate this game. This game makes me sick.
Yeah, I also don't have, I know our trends. I think I've been doing better in the straight up column. I think all of us have been a mess in the spread column. Yes. That's why I've always never been a fan of spreads. Just give me the pick. Give me the pick 'em. Okay, give me a team. Give me a money line. Okay. I don't want to be flirting with 4 points and some random backdoor cover or some random field goal ruining my bet.
That's why I don't bet.
That's why you also don't gamble. That's also true. Maybe don't gamble all the time.
I stopped gambling.
All right, so hit that subscribe button. That'll do it on Purple Picks episode. We'll have Vent Line right after the Vikings-Packers game ends on New Year's Eve as well, so you can go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. Daily Vikings Entertainment. This is Purple Daily.